Hi everyone, and welcome to our very first introduction of ZAP 2.0. Before we get started, I just want to make sure that you can all hear me and see the screen. So if you wouldn't mind in your chat bar just typing in yes or hello, and I'll just wait for the go ahead. Right, so I've got the go ahead from Emily, so we will get started. Today, Melissa and I are very excited to show you the first sneak peek of 2.0. Today, we're just going to show you some of the key features V2 has on offer, and we're very excited to begin. Emily is also here with us, and she'll be taking down your questions as we go. And then after today's session, we'll send out an FAQ of all your questions today, so we can update you with that. So just a reminder to keep an eye out for the weekly communication we send out, and they will be in there. Right, so as some of you are aware, we have been spending the last few years developing the software. And during this time, we have listened and gathered as many feature requests from our services. Melissa and I also have a combined experience of over 18 years working in the ECS sector. So we've been able to give that daily input into what our services require from an education point of view as well. So we're first going to start the session looking at the levels V2 has on offer. So in our first level, we have an enterprise access. You can then break this down into provider and into center. So this is for our services that have multiple services under the one organization. So if you were to have enterprise access, you may have a service that's called Little Blooms, and they may operate services in Victoria and New South Wales. Now, you may want to break that down even further into provider, because the Victoria services don't necessarily need to operate and look after the New South Wales services. So you would then break this down into provider, and you may have the Young Tree Victoria and Little Bloom New South Wales. Under there, you will then break that down even further into your centre access. So what this means is that you may have an admin team that works at the Young Tree Victoria, so you can set up users in that provider access, and they will have access to the St Kilda and Malvern services as an example, and again for your New South Wales services. You can then break it down even further, so you'll have the centre access. So Young Tree, and any users will just be able to access that one service there. So what we're going to do now, I am going to jump into the software and just show you. So this is the software, and as you'll see, the enterprise access has got this pink up here. So you will know easily if you are in your enterprise or provider access by the color of the bar at the top and on the side there. It will be pink. What I'll do now, I'll just show you the center access, so you can easily switch between centers up here, center access, and click on any center. Got one open down here, and you'll see now that the center access is changed to blue. So if you're operating just one service, yours will be blue, and you'll be able to tell that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to jump back into our enterprise because I want to show you how simple and easy it is to operate from the one level access. So you really, if you are an organization, you do not need multiple levels of access. You can just operate it all from one login. So first of all, when you log in, you'll see your dashboard. This dashboard, this current one is families dashboard. And so you'll see the families, your children, guardians, nominees. And as we scroll down, it's broken down. So just a reminder that if you run from an organization, this will be all your families within the one service. You can then refine it further if you just wish to see one service. You'll have the health conditions here. Payment methods, so you can easily see which families are on, how many families are on direct debit and how many on direct to centre. Again, with your gender. Now, this is something a lot of our services have been asking for, is the immunisations. So you can see on the front screen any children that have incomplete immunisations. So anyone who hasn't completed their enrolment form with their immunisation details, you'll be able to easily follow up just looking at the dashboard here. Another one is the expired documents. So for an example, you may have a child that has an anaphylaxis management plan, and this will show you which date it has expired on. So again, you can follow up easily from here. I'm now going to jump into our family screen because I really want to show you how easy it is for you to add a family from this one level of access. Sorry guys, just a reminder that we are in a test service, so it may just take a little while to load, but do not panic. I'm just going to refresh my page. Sorry everyone, just bear with me as I get it back up and running. It shouldn't be too much longer. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so now we're in the family screen. And this is the families that you have in your entire organisation. Again, if you're just operating from one service, you'll just see the one service. And if you want to, you can switch between those centres up here to refine it further. Under each family's name, you'll see the service that they're currently enrolled in. And to add a family, we would click on the green plus, and it will have the centre up here, and you would just simply select the service you want your child to, you want that family to be enrolled in. So there's no more having to go between services. You can just simply, as I said, just do it from this one Access login. What I want to show you now is something that a lot of our organisations have been requesting, and that is the ability to switch a family between two services. So for an example, this child here, Sammy, and the family, they may be moving out of St Kilda into a different area, but they really want to stay within your organisation. So you can simply just add them to a new service by completing the following. So we would click on the plus. There we go. So we would click on the plus sign and we'd be able to select the service we want to enrol the child at. So in this case, Sammy, they're moving from St Kilda to Malvern. So we would select Malvern. In search existing, we would type in the family name, or the mother's name in this case. So Maya. What you'll see here is that pre-fills all that information, so there's no need to re-enter it in. It's really simple and easy. In the child information, we would then type in Sammy. Again, that just pre-fills it. We can select the payment method and scroll down further to add any tags, upload an image, things like that. Now we're going to add the family. Perfect. So we have got that success message. And what you'll see here is that Sammy has been added twice to the service. So Sammy now attends a young care at St Kilda and young care Melbourne. But Sammy's actually leaving St Kilda, so now we want to remove that family. So we can simply archive Sammy. This will ask us if we want to remove the booking. So Sammy's leaving from next week to start in Melbourne, so we can confirm archive. And then Sammy will be removed from here. Now, she's not removed permanently. It is essentially just hidden away. So if Sammy ever does return to St Kilda, you can simply just unarchive her, things like that. But that's just a really easy way to end an enrolment when a child leaves care. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pass you over to Melissa, who will continue to show you through the Guardian and Children tab and the booking and attendance. And then we'll come back to me and I'll take you through booking attendance and the enrolment form.
Hello everyone. All right. What I'm going to show you today is the Manage Families module and the bookings and attendance. We'll start with the Families tab first, because that's where we are at the moment, and then we will move on to the Guardians and the Children tab. As you can see, in here, you will be able to have a quick overview of the family's information, the balance and status, and any tags they've entered in for the family as well. What I'm going to do next is take you through a family. So I'm going to click on a family name, and it will take you through to the summary page. This will give you a quick overview of a family's details, such as the guardian's details, the guardian's contact details, the children as well. And it will also give you a quick overview of any allergies, important anaphylaxis plans that have been put in place, and as well as tagging whether they're not immunized as well. What you'll also be able to see is the email history of the family as well. So you will be able to see all the emails that have been sent to the guardians, and you can look at them by clicking on the arrow there. In here, you will see almost like an email inbox where it will show you all the emails that have been sent to the guardians and what has been sent to them. You can also see the nominees as well for the family, and it's very easy to add a nominee, a child, or a guardian as well. What I'm going to do is take you through how to add a nominee, because there's a few exciting features in here. So when you add a nominee, you'll click on the green plus button and fill in all these details in here. You can fill in the first name, the last name, similar to the version that you've got now. You can see that any field that has an asterisk is a mandatory field to fill in. You can fill in the mobile number, the address, and the authorizations. Now, the exciting feature about the authorizations is that you will be able to also select the children that they are authorized to pick up and to be contacted in an emergency as well. So for example, Greg might only be able to pick up Alex, so you can take out the other child. Once you do that, you'll be able to then click save, and that will save the child, the nominee. So you can also put in a date of when they are allowed to pick up that child. So you can put a from and to date, or just a from date as well. that's how you can easily add a nominee to the family summary screen. What you will also be able to see is the payment account as well, and it will show you kind of an age debtors report for that certain guardian, and you will see the outstanding, and if there's any outstanding balances in here. You can as well add in notes. So by clicking on this green plus button, and it will have a box that will pop up where you can add a note. Here will give you an extra option that you can add a note privately, so it will only be able to be viewed. You can only see it, or you can click on that it's visible for all staff to see as well, and you can attach a document if you need to. Another exciting feature in the family summary screen is this declaration box here. So this will show you whether the guardian has filled in the declaration and consent or whether they have not. So as you can see here, it's still pending and there's no date signed. What you can do is click on the three-dot button on the right here and send an email to the guardians to remind them to fill in the declaration and consent. Now, as we have looked at the family summary tab, you might move to the guardian tab. So I'm going to go and click on the families module again and click on the guardian tab here. So in the guardian tab, you will see there's quite a few columns that will give you a quick overview of certain information. So in here, you will be able to see the guardian, the family, the children, the contact details, the balance, and the payment method. Okay. Now, the next exciting new feature is the sign-in code column. So this is connected to the kiosk. This is where parents will be able to sign in their children and use this kiosk code specifically unique to them to be able to sign in their children. So in here, you will be able to reset the code. You can assign a code to a guardian by clicking on the kiosk code button and creating a kiosk code for them. And you can also reset the code as well. The next exciting column is the login column. So here is where you will be able to see the whether you've invited the guardians, so set logins to them, or when they have logged in. So you can see the time and the date. So for example, Charlotte Wilson, she has logged in on the 24th of February last at 9:37 a.m. What you can also do is also send or resend logins to the guardians as well. So to do that, what you would do is click on the square box to select the guardians. You can do multiple or you can do a single guardian and click on the bulk actions column and click send invite. This will send a login to the guardians if you need to. The next column after that is the status, so you will see whether they're active, whether they're archived as well, if you ever need to. The very last tab is the tags tab, so you can add tags for each guardian if you need to, and that can be easily done by clicking on the three-dot button on the far right here and clicking add/edit tag. In here, you will click on add tag and add a tag. For example, let's say this family, English is the second language, and you would like everyone, for staff members, for example, to know about that. You can create a tag and click save, so that will flag that that guardian is an English and second language family. Another exciting feature you can do is quickly send an email to guardians or a guardian if you need to. So to do that, you would either select multiple guardians or a single guardian, click on bulk action and click on send email. In here, you will be able to fill in these details similar to an email template, fill in the information you need to send to the guardians and click send email. That's a very easy and quick way for you to communicate with your guardians if you need to. Now what we're going to do next is switch over to the Children tab, which is on the top left of your screen. And this will give you different information. So this will give you an overview of the children's information. All right, so this is the Children tab, and I will explain to you quickly on the different columns that you will see. So again, this will give you an overview of the children, so you can see their age, the primary contact. Now, the next exciting one is the enrollment type. So you will see all the different enrollment types that a child has. So if they've got a CWA and a no government enrollment type, you'll be able to see that quickly on this table here. You can see the booking pattern as well. So if they only come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, you can see this easily on this column. The room that they're in, the status, whether they're active, and the tags again. So you can quickly have a quick view of who has an allergy, who's anaphylaxis, who's asthma, and things like that. So what I'm going to show you is how to quickly add a child. So what you can do is click on the green plus button and select, if you're on Enterprise Access, you can select the center that you want that child to be in and the family. So I'm going to select an existing family and create a child very quickly. Okay. So once you fill in all the compulsory details, what you can see right at the bottom there is this box that says request the parent to complete the enrollment form. So you don't have to complete the enrollment form all the way till right at the end. You can select this box and send an email to the guardians to fill in the rest of the enrollment form as well. Perfect. So that adds a new child to that family. All right, now the next thing I wanted to show you is how to archive a child very easily. So in the current version, you have to only archive a whole family, but in this version, you can archive a single child if you need to. For example, let's just say Sammy is leaving, however, his sibling is still going to be in there. So what we can do easily is click the three dot button right at the bottom, click archive. It will archive that child specifically, and you can remove the bookings from a certain date. And click confirm archive. All right. Now, another fantastic feature that is in version 2 is the filtering options. So each tab and each module, you will see different filtering options. So I will go through that with you quickly, and we're going to use the Children tab as an example. The first filter option is a search by keyword. So you can search a child's name, a family name if you need to in that search by keyword box. You can search by status as well. So if you need to only see the archive children, you can select that if you need to. And if you're in Enterprise Access, you can select by center. All right. Different columns as well, you'll be able to refine the certain information on that column. For example, the age group, the enrollment type, rooms. If you can see, there's a little triangle there, and that will refine that certain column for you. What next I'm going to show you is the filtering tool. So this is a little filtering tool up top here where you can filter extra information. So one exciting section in the filtering tool is that you can filter it by enrollment status. So this will be really helpful for ushers that need to filter out all the ceased enrollments that has happened over the holiday period. You can view all the ceased enrollments or any of the confirmed or disputed ones as well. That's quite handy. And you can also search by payment accounts, the booking patterns as well if you need to, any important tags that you have added on, you can filter by that as well. And any extra information such as dietary requirements, disabilities, additional needs, any court orders, you can filter that as well. So that is the Children tab. What I'm going to move on to next is the bookings and attendance. So this will be where all your bookings will be and where all the attendances are, so the signing in and out features. So I'm going to click on bookings and attendance. Today, what I'm going to show you is how easily you can add a booking and how you can confirm any pending casual bookings. Okay. So to add a booking, what you would do is click on this green plus button on the far right here. And in here, you can easily add in a booking for a child, whether it's casual, whether it's a permanent weekly booking or a permanent fortnightly booking as well. As you all know, in the current version, you would need to go to Manage Families, go to the Families account, and go to the Bookings tab. In here, it's very easy, one click, and you'll be able to add a booking very easily for a child. So I'm just going to add in a child's bookings. So similar, you would add the care type, the arrangement type as well, and the payment account. Now for this purpose, I'm going to try and add in a permanent weekly booking. So I can put the start date in, and I won't put an end date because I want to have it recurring. And I will put in the day, the room, and the session that they need to be booked in for. I can add in additional days by clicking on the plus sign as well. Now what you will notice after that is you can apply discounts as well. So there are more options for you to apply discounts. So there are 3 options here. You can do it by discount rules. So you can set your rules in the settings section, which we will show you in later future webinars. You can also do a discount code as well. And if you want to, you can set an amount or percentage. Further down, you can select whether it's a preschool session or apply further subsidies if you need to. Now, next little bit here is quite exciting, is the effect on existing bookings. So if you are adding a permanent booking or a booking in general for a child that has been attending and has a booking pattern already, you can select the option to overlap the bookings or not to overlap the bookings as well if you need to. Once you do that, you can actually click save, and that will save the bookings with the click of a button. There you go. What I'm going to show you next is how easily you can approve casual bookings. So parents can put through casual bookings through the Guardian app, and here is where you can easily approve or reject those casual bookings if you need to. So to do that, what you would do is first filter all the pending bookings. So again, clicking on that filter button, selecting on the status just pending ones, and click update search. And this will show you all the pending casual bookings that Guardians have made. Now again, with Enterprise Access, you will see all the children, and it will be multiple days as well. You can always filter it by day if you need to up top. Now you can approve all these bookings in bulk if you need to, or you can approve it individually as well. So I'm going to go through that with you. So if you are going to be approving or rejecting the bookings, you'll click on the 3-dot button here, and you can click on approve or reject. For this purpose, I'm going to click on approve, and it will show all the information that you have for that casual booking, and you also have the option of sending a message to the Guardian as well. In here, if there are other pending bookings for that child, you can select this section here, and it will approve all the other pending bookings for this child as well. And you can click confirm. And that's how you can approve all the pending bookings for that child if you need to. And what I'm going to do is pass you over to Grace, who will show you another exciting feature, which is customizing the enrollment form.
Hi everyone again. Before we go on to the enrolment form, I do just want to quickly run you through our payments and billing screen because that has a few new features too. So I'm going to click on payments and billing. And the first tab it will take you to is the account screen. So as you can see here, all your families or guardians will be listed here. They will each have a running age balance next to their name. And this is also totaled up the very top here. So you can quickly come in here and see those age balances if you need to. You can also, in the settings, which we will go through at another time, you can actually customize your age balance dates. So to what suits your services needs, it's very customizable. What I also show you is the invoices. So in here, you will see all the invoices for the service, which date they were sent on, to who it was to, the children within that invoice, the number, their payment method, the owing amount, the due amount, and when the payment is due, and also this invoice status. We will also have the email status, which will come once we are connected to the email gateway, but this is just our test service at the moment. So another great thing from here is the filtering tool. So Mel mentioned that before on the families tab, and you will also see it in the booking and in here in the payment screen. So again, this filtering really allows you to search for what you need. So one thing a lot of our services need is to really filter by their email status. So they really want to see who's bounced or who's failed. So you can then know whether to contact that parent or resend it out to them. So you will be able to select your email status from here. You can also download and email the invoices again from here. And I'll just open up one of the invoices for you to have a quick look at. So you can see it has slightly changed. The top of the invoice allows you to fold it and put it into a letter, and this will be the letterhead here. So you will still have the last bill and this running total here. And as I scroll down, you'll see the fee breakdown. So it's really broken down for the service, for the parents. And at the bottom here, any payments that they've made. And again, at the bottom, the messages from Centre. So this is you can customize this per service or per organisation if you have any notes that you need to inform your parents about. So what I'll do now is I'm going to show you one of our most asked after features, and also one of the things that I am most impressed with, and that is the customized enrolment form. So to do that, we jump into the settings, and in here you will see your settings screen. Now this is where you can come at a later stage and you'll be able to really customize and configure your services needs based on what you require. We will be running a series of webinars at a later stage, and we will go through all of these in more detail. But today, I just want to show you the enrolment form. So in here is where you come to create and control your enrolment form. You will see here the list of subsections it's broken down into. And you can easily click on these and it will scroll you down here. I'm just going to jump back up to the top because I want to explain the fields. So the first field you'll see is show. So the ones that are ticked here will show on the enrolment form. But for some of you, you might not require all this information, so you can simply untick the areas you do not require, and that will be hidden away. You can also, you've got the mandatory field. So again, you can tick things if it's really important for you. So for some services, they really need to make sure that they are getting those phone numbers when that family starts care. So you can make that mandatory and it will be required for them to fill in or for yourself to fill in if you're doing it on their behalf. One of the most fantastic features about this is that information you add in here will flow throughout the system. So if you add in your own section, it will flow into the enrolment form for the family to complete. So I want to show you how that works and how quick and easy it is to do. So let's go to child information. And for example, we want to add a subsection that's all about a child's interests. So we may type in their interests. You have the option to add a help text if you need to explain to parents or to educators what that field is about. Otherwise, you can just leave it there. So what you'll see here under child information, it has added that new column. So I'm going to scroll down here and add in a text area. But you can add all these types of fields. So you've got yes or no, you've got attachment fields, drop-down boxes, check boxes, anything that you want. So it's really customizable. In this case, I'm going to add in a text area because I want our parents to be able to type in what they want. So please type any interest your child may have. And we want to extend that length because we want parents to be able to type in more information. Again, you can make it mandatory from here or put a help text. In this case, we will put a help text. So interests may favorite song, book, or toy. Down here, it will give you a preview of how it will look in your thing. So we're going to click on save. And this will how it looks. So we're going to click on save again. And I just want to quickly show you how that will appear in the families enrollment. So now I'm going to jump back to families. And we're going to go into the families account. So again, we're in here. And I'm going to click on edit the child so I can show you where it is. So as you can see now, the top section we added it to was child details, and the field that we've added it to is now here. So if we click on this, that field there has now appeared for you to complete. And again, this will show on the Guardians portal so they can complete that as well. So it really is customizable to your needs. And so this is really great if you are moving towards a more paperless service where you can do everything online, based on what you require in your enrollment form. Right, so I think that is us for today. I hope you have all enjoyed your sneak peek of V2 and are excited to join us on this journey. We will be running a series of webinars in the upcoming week, so keep an eye out for that weekly communication. And in those webinars, we'll go through each module in more detail. So we will go through this family screen again, and we'll show you how to use each feature and how to tailor it to suit your services needs and things like that. Cool. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.